Hello, my lords and ladies, and welcome back to State Guy Plays with me, State Guy 89. We're back in Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I think today we're going to work on a few more side missions, get a little bit of things done, and that way help us out along the way. See a little more of the game than just the main story. So, since we are in Reta, to start off with, we're going to wait just a little bit until shops and things start opening and see if we can get these people here to talk to them about the job posting. Carrying water, the cook, and emptying the latrines. See if we can find some people to fill the jobs and get them going. I am sorry that I've missed a few days posting. Had some things going on, been working, and then family life, so haven't been able to get everything posted that I've been wanting to post every day. So, let's go in here and start talking to some people. Vincent.
God save. What can I do for you?
Oh, let's see. Hear about the work?
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. Alright?
Fine. Ask away.
How'd you make your living before?
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father anyway?
He was Moimian. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
Okay, so he's not a drinker. You can carry water. How are you managing?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
You haven't been talking to the bailiff. How come?
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
I know that. Why not? Alright. You can carry water.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
It's one of the things that's needed. What are you going to give me to give you the job?
And what would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
I've got nothing to give.
Oh, come now. You say you want the job, so prove it to me.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
Just here for honest work. I like that.
That's enough for now.
May the Lord watch over you.
Alright, before we go any further, since right now we're just talking to people, we're in a safe place. We're going to take this helmet off. Rock.
What do you need?
Let's see, we're mainly here about the job,
You're one
so
of the
let's
people
focus on
interested
that.
in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines. And not just in the mines. So...
Okay. So you were a miner?
At the mines. So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft. And I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
Don't know. That's not what I'm here for. I don't know what they're planning. I'll definitely open them. I honestly don't know what they're planning. Let's not get smart about it.
I have no idea what their lordships plan to do about it.
Alright. I just thought you might have heard something.
Okay. So you can carry water?
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners. And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
Carry something else?
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
Twice the pay?
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
We're definitely higher than him in anything, so Radzik will surely take care of you. There's more money in it. Radzik tends to take care of his people, it seems. At least tries to. Let's go with that.
It won't come to that. Sir Radzig will surely take care of things when he returns home. He won't forget the sacrifice you make.
I'm glad to hear that. If that's how it is, I'll even carry shit.
Okay. So how are you doing?
How are you holding up?
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse, but it's better now.
Can you handle it? But your arm is crippled. Can you do it?
Can you handle carrying water? It's no easy matter.
Sure I can. Like I said, my arm's fine.
Okay. Let's see. Why didn't you speak to the
The
bailiff?
bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Well, he's not the most popular man around here, after everything that's happened. You can't blame us.
Maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
You might be right. But there's no point crying over spilled milk.
Alright.
That's enough for now.
So we know what we're going to let him up for. He's willing to do the latrines. Cornelius.
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve you?
Hear about the
You're
work.
interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
Oh, come on now.
What makes you
Gotta
so
talk to
deserving?
me.
How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well,
Fair
I have
enough.
a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? Have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
Okay, so he hasn't carried anything. It's hard work.
It's hard work carrying water.
So he's taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
Empty latrines too if you want.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad, but for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
So he's taking it into consideration. How are you?
How are you holding up in Rattay?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to deal with, true enough. But if you show him what you're capable of...
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him...
What happened with him?
At the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates me.
Well, I can't see how that would put you off him.
Definitely. Alright,
That's enough for
so done with that one. Tonda.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Alright, we're here about the
now. You hear about
jobs.
the water carrying?
How? Where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
What you used to do?
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
The name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet.
Can you carry water? I'm assuming so, since you were the ran the winch.
Are you here because you want to carry water?
Well, I'd rather be back of the winch. That'd make everyone's head spin. But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
Okay. If you want to do it because there's money in it, you want to do something else?
Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
Get paid twice as much. It's a job for a real man. I shouldn't have mentioned it. No, I should have mentioned it. It's a job.
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking legs?
You did, but more money?
I wouldn't be Tonda the winch anymore. More like Tonda the stench.
Fair enough. So how are you doing here in Rata?
And how are you holding up?
Not very well, I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favor.
Sure. And have you tried looking for other work?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll have a real man's job.
What about joining the garrison? There's no work for strong men. What about the garrison? Why haven't you tried that?
And what about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse, which I once showed to a soldier I fell out with over a game of dice. Only, I'm too smart for soldiering.
No doubt.
Yeah. What do you got against the bailiff?
I heard you lot don't want to talk to the bailiff.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
Okay.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
I'll beat it. I'll keep it in mind. Bear it in mind. You don't frighten me. You don't scare me.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see. Take care now.
You don't scare me. If you're threatening me, you're probably not going to get the job. Pikmin.
How's it going?
Hear about carrying
You
water.
hear about the water carrying?
I can hold water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
What'd you used to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? There's none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Name's Pickman?
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassen, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No, it's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
Okay, so you can carry water?
So you're keen on carrying water?
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning, or what?
No. I was just joking.
Could do something else.
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. Though, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
Okay. How you holding up?
How are you holding up, anyway?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
Okay. Why not talk to the bailiff?
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock, what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
go
could
get out
put
of
in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back, too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying. Like I do something for you, and you do something for me.
Ah,
He's not all there.
right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Really? A treasure?
Treasure, you say? Right, you got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Oh,
Never heard of her.
we're looking
Is
for
she?
those pieces. Yes, we
She
have.
was a great queen in ancient times. She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even steel and stone.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all.
Adding to the rest.
The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. They've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know... manhood. What do you say? Deal?
Agreed.
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed. God be with you.
Alright, now, we need to go talk to the bailiff. Let him know we found some people for the work. Bailiff, just the man I'm looking for. Hey,
Good
talk to
day.
me. Good day, now talk.
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
Alright. I made a decision about the carriers.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
Should I name them, or I don't want to have anything to do with it? Don't know. I do know, and I want to have something to do with it, so I might as well
So,
name them.
how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Alright, let's see. Pikmin we're going to send to water.
Goes by the moniker of Pikmin.
Pikmin. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No, no. They call him Pikmin because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Getting water, emptying latrines. Pikmin's the one that seemed interested in being willing to empty latrines, so let's go with that.
Carrying shit.
Good. 1 person for this job. Next.
Alright. Vincent.
Moimir's son.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think he should do?
We'll put him to carrying water.
To carry water.
So we have 1 person to carry water. Who's next?
We're going to put
Peter,
the rock
better
to
known
work.
as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
Put him emptying
Carrying
latrines.
Good. 1 person for this job. Next.
We'll put Tonda
Tonda.
on water.
They call him the Winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
Actually,
Or
hang on.
maybe someone else.
Jesus, I can see this ain't going to be easy.
It takes a
Antonio.
second.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
She can handle it.
She can handle the job. Have no
This is the
fear.
one that Teresa
Let's
talked to
hope
us
so.
about.
You'll have to answer to me if she can't. Where do we put her then?
Carrying water.
To carry water.
So we
It's
have
one
1
Teresa
person
asked
to
us to
carry
do.
water. Who's next?
Tonda.
Tonda.
They call him the Winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
We're going to send him to the latrines. Well, yeah, for threatening us. We're sending him to the
Carrying shit.
latrines.
Can't be done. We've already got enough people for that. Now what?
Okay. I guess he'll carry water.
Carrying water. That's it.
Lucky him.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
That one I don't have solved yet. Actually, I wanted to see if there was anything else going on.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
Well, nothing new. Okay. We still gotta do some work before we can get a cook for him. Let's make sure we're not carrying anything extra. Nope. Okay. So, let's see where we're headed next. Let's go up here and talk to Fritz and Matthew and see how they are.
Yeah.
I will see y'all in just a minute. Alright, we made it to Ledechko. So we're going to talk to Fritz and Matthew and see how they're doing working here at the mill. once this decides to finish loading. Fritz, how's it going?
Give you good night. What can I do for you?
Fritz, you know me. How you doing here?
How do you like it at the mill, Fritz? Got to be better than the mines.
It's worse here than at Skalitz. There you could disappear without anyone noticing.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
But why would you want to disappear? Nimoy isn't here.
No, he's not. But the local foreman is an even bigger ass.
I'm not sure that's possible.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Come on now. What's he done?
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out.
Uh-oh.
I was up to my waist in water.
Oh,
see.
come on.
Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
Now, let's not go doing that. It doesn't seem that bad to me. And the others at the mill. What do you want to do about it? It doesn't seem that bad to me.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard. And arrogant. You should see how he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
And what about the others?
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. But what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew gonna see her.
Wonder if that's what got you in
Thomas
trouble.
is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew
Oh,
hopes
come
so
on.
because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the play's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a
After
fight
me
with
and
him?
Teresa helped you get
If
this
we
job.
win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could
What?
lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it.
Think about it, but I don't plan on doing it.
See you later.
Matthew, how's it going, buddy?
God's sake, what can I do for you?
I'm getting on. Hey, you aren't getting on too well here.
I've heard you don't have it easy here.
So you spoke to Fritz then? I bet that wasn't quite how he put it.
No, not quite. Apart from Thomas's name, the rest was mostly swear words.
I can imagine. I've been hearing the same from him all week. The foreman here is a pain in the ass. He's trying either to wear us to the bone or force us to leave.
Is he too hard?
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
Then work harder. And the miller doesn't mind?
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
Alright. But you don't provoke him, I hope.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
Never have guessed it. What do you want to do about it? Never would have guessed it.
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So, he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working in a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us
True
because
enough.
of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion
Camera's
seriously.
not working so hot.
So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright.
Take care.
So they want me to try to sort things out for them. I already sorted things out and got him a job, but let's see what we can do. Talk to old Thomas.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I hear people call you the town fool, provoking. Yeah, it's not provoking. There's a dice game going. How are the carpenters? Let's just ask him and see what he says.
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
I heard something else. That's good, and leave. No, I heard something else.
I heard them say something else.
So they're complaining, are they? I provide for them, and all they do is slack off.
Isn't it the miller who provides for them?
He can't manage the work anymore. If it weren't for me, there'd be nothing left standing around here.
But you need help to do it.
But you need the help anyway. And they're pretty handy.
Maybe, but they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill, and I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But...
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they get their money, the quicker they'll be gone.
But do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
I don't know about leaving Jane alone part. But I can work with them to get their work done and behave.
Of course. They're not interested in the mill. They just need the coin to pay their debts. Once they've got enough, they'll have no reason to stay here.
I never thought we could sort it out this way.
I've known them for a long time, and you can rely on them when it comes to this. Everybody will be better off.
All right. If they keep their part of the bargain, I'll even give them a few extra groschen. But woe betide them if they don't. You can tell them that. May the Lord would watch over you.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk to Matthew. He seems the more calm one of the two. Matthew, stop and talk to us for a moment. Able to change his mind.
It took some doing, but I made a deal with him.
I'm glad to hear it. So we can stay here? He'll leave us be?
He'll leave you alone, but there are conditions. Once you finish your job, you'll vanish from here. But you'll get an extra groschen or two for your troubles.
And that's it? I thought... Never mind.
Oh, and you're to stop dallying with the miller's daughter. Keep on mucking about with her and you'll muck things up for yourselves.
The fucking bastard. He can go fuck himself. He'd better give us enough groschen to make it worth it. But I suppose I should thank you. You may have bought us some
Yes, you
decent
should.
quiet, and that's better than nothing. Here's something for your help.
Well, thank you.
Goodbye.
Alright, so that sorts things out with them for a little while.
Yeah.
Gets them going and working and not getting into too much more trouble. So, where to next? Let's get over here to Sasau. We've got a few things to do over here. Need to figure out about the issue at the monastery, and we need to come down here and talk to Father Francis. So, let's go talk to Father Francis first, because that ties back into the first side quest we worked on, with getting the jobs filled. So, I will see y'all in Sasau. Righty, we have made it to Sasau. So, let's see where the Father Francis is. Oh, looks like we passed him.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find him and talk to him for a minute. I would say he's inside. Skelet's priest. Need your help, Father. Agnes asks if you'll return to St. James. Let's see if he'll return.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now. Good luck to you.
Okay, well, that's good to know. We can let her know. Maybe she'll come cook for us. Need your help. Why do we need his help? Let's talk to the father and see what's going on.
Urgently.
You? I recognize you. You're the Skelet's blacksmith's son.
Yes, that I am.
I'm sorry. What did you want?
It may sound strange, but I need you to go back to St. James.
Henry?
The locals need their spiritual shepherd.
No. No, certainly not, my boy. That's one place I shan't be going back to.
Why, it was your parish.
Why? It is your parish, after all.
A parish that's little but a ruin these days. And besides, God forgive me, but I'm afraid. All kinds of ruffians are on the rampage around Skelets.
It isn't completely safe, but most of them are gone.
As my father used to say, why take the risk?
Okay. He's got a much higher speech than us. So, how'd you get out of Scouts? Let's ask and see.
How did you manage to get out of Skalitz?
I didn't. I wasn't there during the raid. I was here at Sasau for confession.
And why aren't you with our folks at Rattay? What if Sir Radzik has need of you?
Look, Here, I'm an honored guest and well cared for. In Ratai, there's hardly room enough for the refugees already there. And what's more, the parish priest doesn't like me, which happens to be mutual. The last thing I want to be doing is haggling with him over where I can sleep or how many slices of bread I'm allowed to eat.
He certainly isn't known for being generous.
Alright, well, you know, he's got the higher speech. I don't really want to try to pay him to convince him, so let's let him enjoy his time here in Sasau, and we'll go get Agnes to cook, and that'll help solve a couple problems. Let's see. Alright, let's start by going up here. I'm working on figuring out what's going on with the stone. Go to the monastery and ask about the accident. Alright. We need to let the bailiff know that we're here asking. Because I'm assuming that's why there's a marker down here. Oh, no, here's the bailiff. You're not the marker.
Good health.
Let's talk to you anyways. What's going on around here?
Is there anything interesting going on here?
It's so peaceful, it worries me.
Oh, enjoy the peace. You never know how long or how little it'll last.
What in the...
Who is it down here that has a quest marker marked? Gravedigger. Okay. Alright. Let's head to the monastery. Time to get to asking about the stone and what's going on with it. That way we can go back and let Sir Divish know. Alrighty. So, who do we need to talk to? Is there anybody here? Hello? Ah, Brother Porter. Can I look inside the monastery? Chances are he's going to say no. Hear about this in the service of Talmberg.
I've been sent here from Talmberg. I'm to speak with the one responsible for construction.
That'd be the master builder. Or with our brother, the overseer. What matter is it you're here about?
It has to do with the stone for construction.
Ah, then that's a matter of supply. You'll want to talk to the overseer. He knows more about that sort of thing. His study's right above us, more or less. Go up the steps to the left and then head back in this direction, almost the whole way.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can look inside.
Can I take a look inside the monastery?
What's got into you, boy? The grounds inside the monastery belong to the monks of the Order of Saint Benedict. No others shall pass.
Okay, okay.
Take care now.
It's pretty much what I expected to hear. So let's go see the overseer.
God be with you.
In a private area, but I need to speak with you. Sir Divish sent me.
I've come in the name of Sir Divish. I'd like to have a look around the spot where the accident happened.
And why is Sir Divish interested in that regrettable accident?
He'd like to know what role the masonry had in it, or at least its quality.
I guess it played a crucial role, but I don't intend to stand in the way of your investigation. I've already made sure the poor man was well taken care of, and that's enough for me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Who's responsible for the purchase of the materials?
Who's in charge of purchasing materials for the construction?
Mainly it's me. I pay the fees and make arrangements for delivery, but those in charge of the actual building take care of the rest. I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to the quality of stone. They had the red stone delivered from a long way off.
They take care of storage as well?
Yes, but usually whatever arrives is used up straight away. The construction is in full progress.
Okay. Do you remember when they brought in the last delivery?
Do you remember when they brought the last delivery of stone?
Yes. It rained a lot that week, so they let the carriage sit right outside of the gate on the other side of the wall. It took some time before it was dry enough for further transport.
And there wasn't anything strange about it?
A little strange, I suppose. Usually they bring us a large block of stone, which the builders cut to size. But this time it was a number of smaller pieces. No one complained. They probably saw it as less work.
Okay. Heard you were late with the payment, though.
I heard that you were late with your payment to the Talmberg quarry.
That's true. We ourselves had late payments, and it took some time before we gathered enough money to pay. But that's happened in the past. Take care now.
Okay, then. Alright. So, we need to get up here and talk to the builders. Brother Porter, see what you still have to tell us. And we know we can't look in the monastery. We should. Where is the gentleman that I need to talk to? Stonemason. Stonemason. How do I get past that wall? Looks like there's a gate above us. We might be able to, let's try one more time, come down here. Let's see if we can get over there. Nope. Okay. Let's go out and around. Kind of silly to have to go all the way around, but okay.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Me too. Show me the place where it happened.
The Overseer sent me. You're to show me the place where the accident happened.
Like I've got time to spare to show you round. He should have done it himself. Why do you want to know, anyway?
Because of the Talmberg stone. Have you noticed anything else going on? Show me where the accident happened. Let's just tell him we're here about the stone.
Because of the Talmberg stone. If they really are delivering poor quality material, then there should be consequences.
I'd be interested in what kind. But I'm guessing the Overseer likes the idea of cheaper stone, right?
Have you noticed anything else going on?
And have you noticed anything else going on?
Of course. It's a construction site. Things are always going wrong. The men are always complaining and the work isn't being done fast enough.
So it's just like any other building work?
Essentially, yes. Occasionally someone brings in bad wood or a man cuts off his thumb and blames it on a bad omen, and then there's all these rumors going round.
I'd be interested to know what the men talk about.
Who's been stealing, which men from the monastery go to visit women, how the work's going, normal things. It's only the talk about the curse that's not in the normal run of things.
Oh boy.
And then there's that devil's skull they dug up.
Huh. Now that sounds interesting. Devil's skull? Really?
You talked about the devil's skull?
I did. They say it was found in the hole dug for the foundation of the scaffolding. They moved it so it would do its harm elsewhere. But I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know.
And who might know more?
Shouldn't you be investigating the stone? Leszek's in charge of the scaffolding, so
that
ask
too.
him if you really have to know. He might tell you something.
Okay. So someone's stealing stone?
Who's stealing? Could someone be stealing the stone?
According to the rumors, everyone, from the abbot and the custodian down to the lowest laborer. It's like with whores and dice. There's no protection against slander. And something gets lost here and there, that's true. But nobody stole any stone. There wouldn't be any left if every man here started helping himself, would there?
Very true. Alright, so show me where it happened.
Where's the scene of the accident?
It didn't happen on the main site. It was at the outbuilding next to the church, right under the long stairs before the entrance door. Ask my assistant who's in charge there. You'll easily recognize him. He dresses up like he owns the place. Farewell.
Alright. So let's go talk to his assistant real quick. There's a check about the devil's skull that we'll need to look into after a while. Oh, assistant, where would you be? Looks like we went ahead and found
the stone fell on him
accident
here.
site.
You can still see the marks. This has to be the stone that hit him. I'll take a piece of it. Maybe someone will recognize it.
Oh, a cave. Alright. Huh. Bowl from the cave. Let's pick it up, why not? Just a random little cave. Okay. Let's get back out of here. Alright. Before we talk to Leszek, we're going to go ahead and call it a day right here. I know, weird place, weird timing, but time allotted, that pretty well has done us today. So, thank you for hanging out with me today and for starting to look into the case of the incident with the stone at the monastery and checking on Fritz and Matthew. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you, my lords and ladies. We'll see you.